In a corner of Southeast Asia where great rivers carve paths through timeless landscapes, lies a nation that seems to listen to the whispers of a different age. It is a land born from the legacy of ancient kingdoms, a gilded world of sacred spires that rise from the morning mist, and a people whose lives are guided by the quiet rhythm of tradition. This is a place built on a foundation of unshakable faith and a deep, enduring grace. This is Myanmar. From a distance, it appears as a golden mirage, a country suspended in the amber of its own history, a landscape of serene, monumental beauty, seemingly untouched by the frantic pace of the modern world. The very air feels ancient, centered with incense and the fragrance of rain on dusty earth. But to look closer is to discover a vibrant and complex society, one that is not frozen in the past, but carries its history into the present with every gesture. This is a story not of a forgotten kingdom, but of a living culture, of a deep and abiding connection to the faith that illuminates, to the land that nourishes, and most importantly, to the communities that form the heart of its existence. This is the story of the quiet rhythm of daily life in Myanmar. Life in Myanmar is governed by a rhythm that is at once gentle and deeply rooted in routine. It's a pace dictated not by the clock, but by the sun's journey across the sky, the turning of the seasons, and the timeless rituals of faith and family. The day begins early, before the heat builds, with the first light of dawn. This is when the country awakens, not to the sound of alarms, but to the crowing of roosters, the distant chanting from a monastery, and the familiar sounds of a community stirring to life. The morning market is the vibrant heart of every town and village. It's really a sensory symphony. The earthy smell of fresh produce, the fragrant aroma of spices, the sizzle of oil in a street vendor's wok. This is more than just a place of commerce. It's the community's central nervous system. It's where the news of the day is exchanged, where friendships are maintained over a bowl of noodles, and where the essential social fabric of the community is rewoven each morning. Here, in this unhurried chaos, the pace of life is human, personal, and deeply connected. The tea shop, or lafetya, is the other great institution of daily life. It's Myanmar's living room, a place where people from all walks of life come together. From dawn until late at night, these simple open-air establishments are filled with conversation. Business deals are struck, political news is debated, and life's small victories and sorrows are shared over small cups of strong, sweet milk tea. It's a place of pause, a social anchor in the day, where time seems to slow down and the simple act of sharing a cup of tea becomes a powerful ritual of connection. In a society where the home is a private sanctuary, the tea shop is the public square, the essential hub of community life. The family is the undisputed cornerstone of Burmese society. It is honestly the source of identity, security, and social standing. The family unit is traditionally large and multi-generational, with grandparents, parents, and children often living together in the same house or in a cluster of homes within a single compound. This creates a powerful and resilient support network, a web of shared responsibilities and mutual care that forms really the bedrock of the community. Respect for elders is a core value deeply ingrained from childhood. Grandparents are revered figures, the keepers of family history and tradition, and their wisdom guides the family. Decisions are often made collectively, with the well-being of the group taking precedence over the desires of the individual. Children grow up with a profound sense of belonging. Surrounded by a wide circle of aunts, uncles, and cousins, they are raised not just by their parents, but, by the entire community, secure in the knowledge that they are part of something larger than themselves. This inherent closeness fosters a powerful sense of collective responsibility. In the villages, when a family needs to build a new house or harvest their rice paddy, the entire community will come together to help without any expectation of payment. This spirit of mutual assistance, known as lower payer, is a fundamental principle of social life. It's, an unspoken, deeply ingrained understanding that the well-being of the individual is inseparable from the well-being of the whole. This interdependence is not a choice. It's actually a law of social harmony that has sustained the culture for centuries. Tradition in Myanmar is not a relic of the past. It is a living, breathing force that permeates every aspect of daily life. At the heart of this tradition is Theravada. It's more than just a religion, it's really a complete way of life, serving as a moral and philosophical compass that guides the nation's soul. The landscape itself, is a testament to this devotion, with countless pagodas, temples, and monasteries dotting the cities, towns, and even the most remote hillsides. The Sangha, which is the community of monks, is actually the most respected institution in the country. To give alms to a monk during his morning rounds is a fundamental act of merit-making, a way for lay people to support the monastic community and, cultivate good karma. Nearly every Burmese man will spend some time in a monastery, once as a young boy and again as an adult. It's a rite of passage that really deepens their understanding of the faith. The sight of a long line of monks, young and old, walking silently through the streets at dawn to collect their single meal of the day is honestly one of the most iconic and enduring images of Myanmar. This cultural identity is visible in the way people dress. The traditional long for men and amin for women, a simple, elegant sarong-like garment, is still the preferred daily wear for the vast majority of the population. It is a practical and graceful symbol of national identity, worn with a quiet pride. Another visible tradition is the use of a fragrant yellowish-white paste made from ground bark. It is applied to the faces of women and children in beautiful, creative patterns, serving as a natural cosmetic, a skin conditioner, and a sunblock. It is a tangible, everyday expression of a culture that values natural beauty and time-honored customs. Festivals are the vibrant punctuation marks in the calendar, powerful expressions of collective joy and faith. The most important is Thing Yan, the water festival that marks the Buddhist New Year in April. For several days, the entire country engages in a joyous nationwide water fight, a symbolic washing away of the sins of the old year to start the new one fresh. It is a time of immense celebration, a moment when the normal rules of life are suspended and the entire nation comes together in a spirit of fun and renewal. For centuries, the economy of Myanmar has been rooted in the soil. Agriculture remains the backbone of the nation, with the vast majority of the population living in rural areas and depending on the land for their livelihood. The rhythm of farming life dictates the pace in much of the country. It's a cycle of planting, tending, and harvesting that is governed by the annual monsoon rains. Rice is the undisputed king of crops, the staple food and the foundation of the rural economy. The landscape of the great river deltas, particularly the Irrawaddy Delta, is a vast, intricate mosaic of rice paddies. Life for a farming family is one of hard physical labor, often using methods that have changed little over the centuries. The water buffalo is still a farmer's most valuable partner, and much of the work is done by hand, from planting the young rice shoots to threshing the harvested grain. In the cities and towns, the economy is a bustling mix of small-scale enterprise. Local markets are the vibrant centers of commerce, where everything from fresh produce and hardware to textiles and traditional medicines is sold. Street vendors are an essential part of the urban landscape, their mobile carts and stalls offering quick, affordable meals and snacks. Many families run small businesses from the ground floor of their homes, a tailor shop, a small grocery store, or a motorcycle repair service. Traditional crafts are another vital part of the economy, a source of income that also preserves precious cultural heritage. In the ancient city of Bagan, artisans create exquisite lacquerware, a painstaking process of applying and polishing layers of resin to create beautiful, durable vessels. In the villages around Inle Lake, weavers produce fine textiles from silk and the unique fibers of the lotus plant. These skills are passed down from generation to generation, a living link to the past. Yet despite this industriousness, life for many is a daily struggle. Economic hardship is a persistent reality, and people face these challenges with a quiet resilience and a remarkable ability to make the most of what they have. Burmese food is a direct and honest reflection of its culture. Communal, generous, and deeply connected to the land. The cuisine is a flavorful blend of influences from its neighbors, China, India, and Thailand, but with a unique character all its own. A meal is not a series of individual plates, but a shared experience with all the dishes placed in the center of the table for everyone to enjoy together. Rice or kamin is the heart of every meal. A typical meal consists of a generous portion of rice served with a variety of dishes or hin. These are most often curries, which in Myanmar are typically mild and savory, characterized by their use of onions, garlic, ginger, turmeric, and a generous amount of oil, which helps to preserve the food. The curries can feature fish, chicken, pork, or mutton, as well as a wide array of vegetables. Alongside the curry, there will almost always be a light clear soup or hyo, and a selection of fresh or blanched vegetables served with a pungent dipping sauce, often a fermented fish or shrimp paste called. This balance of flavors and textures, salty, savory, sour, and fresh, is really the hallmark of the cuisine. Noodle dishes are also incredibly popular, especially for breakfast or as a light meal. The unofficial national dish is mohinga, a comforting rice noodle and fish soup, often garnished with crispy fritters, cilantro, and a squeeze of lime. Another favorite is on no su, a richer chicken and coconut milk noodle soup. Tea culture is, really central to social life. Beyond the sweet milk tea that you'll find in tea shops, there's laf at tholka, which is this unique and beloved salad made from pickled tea leaves mixed with a crunchy assortment of fried beans, nuts, and garlic. It's a dish that's both a snack and a social ritual, often served to guests as a gesture of hospitality. At its core, Burmese food culture is about sharing. A shared meal with family, featuring simple, wholesome ingredients, remains the truest and most authentic taste of the country. To truly understand Myanmar is to understand its relationship with nature. The landscape isn't just a passive backdrop. It's actually an active, powerful force that shapes life, commerce, and culture. The country is defined by its great rivers, most notably the Irrawaddy, which flows from the high Himalayas all the way down to the Andaman Sea. For centuries, this river has been the nation's main artery, a source of water for the rice fields, a highway for trade and transport, and a wellspring of myth and legend. Life along its banks moves at a slower, more deliberate pace, in harmony with the river's steady flow.